Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. It is Friday, the 30th of July. Forgive me for my late entry, as I aforementioned earlier, the by 9 a.m. Walking to Health live on not YouTube, on Instagram. And for you who are not following me on Instagram, you need to do so. I had a doctor's appointment that was scheduled at 10, and they tell you to be there at 10, but you're not seen at that time, and then it just delayed and pushed everything back. And so I didn't want to just cancel, because I knew that I would be able to jump on, but just not at the top of the hour. And so I'm here, and I'm grateful that you are here as well. Those who have joined me via the Change Your Day, Change Your Life Empowerment Conference Call telephone number, bless you, Laura and others. And then, of course, you who are so faithful and joining me daily here via Facebook Live, also YouTube. Good afternoon to you, Rochelle, Tamara, Angelina, Linda, Brenda, Michelle, Anna, Elder Richardson, Pauline, Antigua, Nakendra, Patricia, Crystal, good afternoon. Kathy, Crystal, resend the email. You told me to check the email, and I'm still looking for the email. So I don't know why, but if you'd be kind enough, would you resend the email? Thank you. Sister Rose Tania from Baltimore, blessings to me, Toya, Tania as well. Elder Mark Davis, good afternoon. Pray that you are feeling much better. Minister Small, blessings to you. Leroya, good afternoon. Adora, hey, God bless you. Vera, blessings to you. Marilyn, God bless as well. Nadine, New York, God bless you. Thank you, Evangelist. Bless you. Hey, Shirley. All right, peoples. All right, so hey, nothing to worry about. I am as commanded in pursuit of optimum health. As I've shared with you, I've been very transparent and open about the near-death experience March and April of last year. Was it last year? Yeah, 2019, 2020. Yes, March and April. And so I've been dealing with what the doctors are calling the long haulers disease of COVID-19. I am glad to report that, yes, I celebrate my healing as I'm experiencing full manifestation, and just two symptoms of the multiple symptoms and issues I've had that have remained. And it has necessitated some specialist visits and doing what I have to do, just doing what I have to do. And I had an MRI done on Wednesday, and then my doctor called me on yesterday evening and said he wanted to see me today, and he could only see me at 10 a.m. I asked him 10:30 or even later, wasn't able to do it. So went and saw him, and we're starting a course of treatment on Monday that prayerfully will be a part of the process that will correct this additional issue that has been the result of having COVID-19. Hey there, Mother Maddie Newman. How are you, Mother? Love you. Haven't heard from you recently. You normally check on me, and you normally get me told about something. And yeah, And so I don't know, when is the youth convention coming up? It's something I usually do for you guys annually. But Mother Newman, love you, and the Newman family. Give Bishop my regards. All right, so that's what's going on. Glad to hear that you're doing better, Elder Davis. Praise God. And so, hey, Lamar, see you came through, Prophet. Bless you, son. All right. All right, Elder Passmore. I pray that you're working on that sermon for Sunday. Elder Passmore, have you began to put it together? All right. Thank you, Crystal. I'll check it as soon as I get off the live. I'm being good. Love more. Love you more, Mother. Thank you. All right. So great. I'm glad to hear so, Elder Pastor. I mean, these truths, I'm getting ready to get right back into them. Aren't they powerful? They're powerful. They're powerful. Let me just share with you and extend to you an invitation, those who will, those who can, on this coming Sunday, to join me for in-person worship at the Life Chapel, 182-25 Jamaica Avenue, Hollis, Queens, New York. There is no registration needed, but we are asking that you would wear your mask during the duration of the worship service. We're still taking temperatures at the door and following the CDC requirements and so on. But we would love to have you in person. Listen, the doors are open, and if a shut-in again or a lockdown occurs again, do not have missed the opportunity to have attended a local church, Bible believing, Bible teaching, spirit filled, spirit led. And I believe that the Life Chapel, which is a learning center, a house of prayer for all peoples, and a house of miracles, I believe it is just one of those places. So I would love for you to join us for midday worship. It's our fifth Sunday fellowship. And this time in which we gather together, we aren't doing as we usually do, bring everyone together, our various locations, and Life Chapel United and the Kingdom Life Fellowship of Churches, just still not ready to bring several hundred people together as we've done in the past. But that means there's a seat available for you on this coming Sunday. All right. So if I seem like I'm moving a little slow, I am today, and that's only because my entire schedule is off. It's off. I keep unusual hours, and I am sorry. I am turning around because I usually keep a bottle of water nearby to wet my larynx, and apparently it isn't near. All right. So good afternoon, Charles. Love you, man. Yeah. So I'm a little just off kilter, full day on yesterday, then midnight prayer. By the time I got settled, left the prophet's chambers, got home, and sometime I walk through the door and I get all wired again. Then I have to force myself to go to bed because I'm up a half hour before sunrise for sunrise, excuse me, sunrise intercession. And so that means on average, I can get between 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Don't preach to the choir. I get it. Need rest. I get it. And so I was up and moving about. And what I probably should have not done is stayed up, and then I went to get my morning walk in. I walk daily, anywhere from 3 to 5 miles. My goal is 10 miles. And I went and did that, and then I went on to the doctor's appointment, and then managed to get a car wash and to get here to the Prophet's Chambers. And literally, as soon as I sat down, I could feel like, oh, the prophet's tired today. But when I'm done here, I've got a few hours of downtime. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to take a nap and get that rest so that I'll return tonight at midnight. That's right. This is day number 12 of 40 Days of Prayer. Special edition, 12 at 12, midnight. I'm teaching on the significance, scriptural significance, biblical significance of the number 40, number of probation, but it's also a number of preparation. Anytime God's dealing with you in the increments of 40, he's either testing you or he's preparing you. So you want to hear that teaching. Yeah, he's either testing you or he's either preparing you. Yeah. All right. So so that's why I'm moving today a little slow. I actually literally, when I sat down, I could just feel exhaustion, and saying I don't want to become fatigued because I've got to battle back to energy. All right. So that's what's going on. So I'm going to have this conversation with you on this subject. Again, I extend an invitation to you to join me in person worship. If not, for those who are early risers, morning inspiration is at 9 a.m. Hey, JT, what you say? You're preaching to me again. Did not I do a series on living life intentional, and rest is one of the intentionals? So, absolutely, Patricia. Lynette Burnberry. Oh, I appreciate you. My God, that's twice in 2 days. I'm feeling loved and appreciated. Something, I'll be honest, I hadn't been feeling. And I had an opportunity to spend some time with persons dear to me, family members, on last evening. And it did me a world of good. Thank you for your kindness, Lynette. I felt love and I felt appreciated. Just wish some of you were a bug or a fly on the wall and heard the expression of love. It was a blessing. It was a blessing. All right. Yep. Yes. I got to get a good nap. Absolutely, Tania. Yep. All right. The extra steps are essential. Absolutely. Yes. All right. Thank you, Phyllis. Bless you. All right. So many of you will be there. Last week I wasn't feeling well, so it wasn't in attendance. Judith, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. All right. So great food helps us with energy. Absolutely. Well, when I am done with my walk, then I go and get something green and with whey protein in it. And it usually does a world of good for me. But I haven't done anything as much as just drink water on today. Yeah, so I haven't had an opportunity to do anything but just drink some water. So I haven't had even the smoothie. And there you have it. So, all right, let's see if we can get back to this discussion on miracles. Again, my present read is a book entitled Miracles, Receiving the Miracles Prepared for You by Frank DiMaggio. And I love the definition that he offers on page 29 of chapter number 1. He describes or defines a miracle as a supernatural manifestation of divine power in the external world, a special revelation of the presence and power of God. And then In addition to that, an additional resource that I use, dictionary, the Prophet's Dictionary by Paula A. Price, and she gives also great, great information as she defines both the term miracle and a miracle worker. And I highlight that she says a miracle is an act of divine intervention. Miracles are God's public displays of affection for his people. Powerful, powerful, powerful. These two resources, along with God's word and some additional resources that I've been reading as I've been sharing with you and studying out this subject of miracles. Miracles still happen, and miracles are a part of the New Testament church. It's experienced because signs, wonders, and miracles point to the lordship of Jesus Christ. And if you can trust him with your body, you can trust him with your eternal soul. If you can trust him to change your situations and circumstances, then you are confident that he who has begun a good work in you shall accomplish it to its full. So, Tawana, God bless you. I see you coming in, and I am praying for you. Remember, if you desire for me to pray for you, you can always email me at andrecookministries@gmail.com, andrecookministries@gmail.com. And remember, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, and some Saturdays, I am interceding at sunrise. All right, so there you have it, andrecookministries@gmail.com. All right, so send me your email requests, praise reports. I'd love to hear from you. All right. So I have taken a walk through the Old Testament, the initial occurrences of the miraculous, and I have got stuck in Exodus chapters number 12 and 13 and 14, because we are seeing the miraculous power of God at work. Again, we're seeing the miraculous power of God at work. And I mean, he is moving on behalf of his people. He has miraculously saved them from a night of death. It's called the Passover. Also, not only did he save them, but also he would lead them. He would lead them. He would lead them. Thank you, Mother Maddie. I love you, Mother Newman. Thank you. And so he would lead them miraculously out of Egypt towards the land of Canaan, the land of promise. And in his infinite wisdom, he took them via a route to avoid war. But as he is leading them, he's leading them towards the direction of Canaan through the wilderness, but it also presents them an obstacle of the Reed or Red Sea. But we would see that God is at work even at that, because he would harden the heart of Pharaoh, causing him to pursue the Israelites, because he was going to get his honor against Pharaoh. Ultimately, he would part the Red Sea. Israel would cross over on dry land. Not only cross over on dry land, but would see with their eyes, the destruction of an enemy who has been a problem. Well, the system, not just this Pharaoh, but the Egyptian system for 400 generations has been a problem for Israel. So as we slip into chapter number 15, there's a praise in Israel. There's a praise among the people of God. But as they have praised God, they're getting ready to face a series of challenges as they're en route to the land of promise. And the first would be thirst. But God would preserve them miraculously from thirst. Would you please put in the comments? Please put in the comment, rather, a miracle will preserve me from thirst. A miracle will preserve me from thirst. They are in the wilderness and they are thirsty. They have traveled 3 days and there is no water, but they do come to a place called Marah, according to verse 27, verse 28 of Exodus 15. And they could not drink the waters. Now, look, for 3 days, there was no water. And finally, when they find water, when they do find water, it's in a place called Marah, but the waters were bitter. And here we have Israel complaining. They cry out unto the Lord. And sometimes lack is necessary because it's going to reveal in what you trust, whom you trust, who's your Lord, who's your God, who's your source. Come on, thank you. A miracle is getting ready to preserve you from thirst. We looked at it on yesterday. They're thirsty in the wilderness. Praise the name of God. Hallelujah. The people murmured against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" Verse 24, he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. The Lord showed Moses a tree, which when he had cast it into the waters, the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statue, an ordinance, and there he proved them or tested them. Did you catch that? Praise the name of God. The tree is a type of Christ, the tree of life. Man does not live or is not sustained by natural resources only. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. If he or she is going to be sustained naturally, oftentimes in times of lack, you need the tree of life. You need a word from the Lord. There was in a 3-day journey, there was no water to be found, and the first water they find is undrinkable. It's increasing their thirst, but they're getting ready to be preserved from thirst because of the tree. Moses was directed by God to the tree, and when he plucked up the tree and threw it in the waters became sweet waters. Moses simply said to him, "Listen, if you want to stay connected to this source of power," verse 26, he said, "If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee." And they came to Elam, where there were 12 wells of water. Now, they go from a place where there was just bitter waters that have been turned to sweet waters to a place where the water is flowing abundantly. They came to Elam, where there were 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. So he preserved them miraculously until he can get them, my God, to the 12 wells of water along with the palm trees for shade And it was there they encamped. And then we shift from the 15th chapter and they're complaining and the miracle of preserving them from thirst to being preserved from hunger. Let me say this to you. God's sovereign will for your life will require intervals and encounters with the miraculous working of God's power, because it isn't just an expression of his affection and love for you, his people, us, his people. It is an expression of his commitment to you fulfilling your purpose. He's getting ready to preserve them from hunger. They're journeying on from Elam to the Mount of God, Sinai, but they would be traveling via the wilderness of sin, S-I-N. It's there that they would sin and that they would murmur again and complain against God. And what's amazing is that they have just seen God move miraculously. This is why I'm doing, and I will be teaching in the month of August on a series about forgetting is a problem. To forget is a problem. It can be the problem with your next not being received, the door not opening. Forget not all of his benefits. Forget not what he has done, because what he has done is an indicator of what he will do, because it is who he is. I am the Lord your God. I change not, the Lord says. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. The past will predict the future. He's done it for others in the past. He will do it for you now and in the future. They're moving towards the promise. And verse 2 of the 16th chapter says, and the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots and when we did eat bread to the full. For you have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Put in the comment, a miracle is going to preserve you from hunger. A miracle is going to preserve you from hunger. What does God do? He hears their whining and their complaining, but he tells Moses to tell them what to expect. In the morning, there'll be manna, or as it is translated, what is this? We don't even know what it is, but according to the scriptures, it is bread of heaven. Verse 3 says, and the children of Israel said unto them, again, well, verse 4, then said the Lord unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them. Heaven's bread, angels' food. Heaven's bread. Praise the name of God. God was so committed that he was going to feed them with bread from heaven. Listen to what it says, what you're going to do with it. This is what the word says. And then the Lord said unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove or test them whether they will walk in my law or no. And then in the evening, verse 8, this shall be, when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, quail, and in the morning bread to the full, manna. For the Lord heareth your murmurings, which you murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. That's a powerful statement there. I need to highlight this again. Gotta be careful complaining about the direction of leadership, because if the leader is truly following the dictates of God, your complaining against them is not complaining against them. It's complaining against God himself. For verse 8 of the 16th chapter, for that the Lord heareth your murmurings which ye murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. And so he would miraculously preserve them from thirst, preserve them from hunger, as he had preserved them for 4 generations in Egypt, preserved them in the exit from Egypt. Preserve. He's preserving. And then as we slip into the 17th chapter, let's take a look at it, because he's getting ready to do it again. Somebody said, the past predicts the future. When you're dealing with God. Hey there, Gertman, my birthday companion. We share the same birthday, March 2nd. We're great people. We're good people. We're kind people. You can depend upon us. He's getting ready to do what? And then Gertman, are you still the director of the Christian Education Department of St. John's? And so you know these stories, these truths. All right, watch now, watch. See, situations can be reoccurring. And so when they reoccur, you shouldn't be so surprised. But if surprised by the reoccurring situation, get ready for a reoccurrence of deliverance. Passmore, find a way to interject that either in Sunday's message or in the future. Passmore, you hear me, Elder? Come on here. See, it's like when I did a teaching in a series on how to handle discouragement. Discouragement is, all right, I'm helping you out. Discouragement is reoccurring. I don't care who you are, how anointed you are, how prayerful you are. Because of invasive, intrusive thoughts, uncontrolled circumstances, situations, there can be a loss of courage, because that's what discouragement is. It is when you have lost courage. It is reoccurring. So this is why you need to know how to handle it, so that when it reoccurs, it doesn't derail you, undermine you, doesn't defeat you. Because when it reoccurs, then get ready for the encore of God. Just like he did it before, he's going to do it again. Just like he delivered you or preserved you, provided for you, he's going to do it again. Oh, glory to God. That's a personal prophetic word for somebody. He's getting ready to do it again. Because the past can and will be the prophecies of tomorrow. The past is the prophecy of tomorrow. What does God say to Joshua after the death of Moses? So as I was with Moses, so shall I be with you. In other words, God is saying, what I've done in the past, you saw me do for Moses. Set yourself in expectation for the manifestation that I'm going to do it for you. Set yourself in expectation of the manifestation that what I did as I was with and for Moses, I'm going to do it for you. And what is one of the first things that God does for Joshua? It is the same thing in a different place, in a different source of water, he's going to divide the Jordan. For Moses, he divided the Red Sea. For Joshua, he divides the Jordan River. Pauline put it in caps. I need somebody to yell that. I need somebody to scream it at others. The past is a prophecy of tomorrow. This is why criminals are often severely penalized, because when there is a track record, they say past behavior is a predictor of future behavior. Love that, Shana. I am undefeated with God because he cannot be defeated. There we go, Rochelle. The past is, get that I in there, school teacher. The past is a prophecy of tomorrow. Thank you, Gertman. Hallelujah. So if you have any stories of how he brought you over and brought you through, as you are dealing with a reoccurring situation that's come to discourage you, to undermine you, to derail your progress and your momentum, tell yourself he is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Let me share this with you because I'm picking it up next week. He preserves them once again from thirst. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journeys according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Now, my God, you know what I've been just, God's getting ready to work a miracle. There's no water to drink. Been here before. I've seen God work a miracle by a tree. Wherefore the people did chime, argue with Moses, and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chime with me? Why argue with me? Wherefore do you tempt or provoke the Lord? My God. Why are you provoking God to anger with all he's done? You're thirsty, but you're still having breakfast, heaven's bread, and quails in the evening. And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt? This is a complaining people, and they're fixated on Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. Look at that language. They almost be ready to stone me. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, or thou hit the river, take in thy hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock of Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the name of the place Massah Meribah, because of the chiming or arguing of the children of Israel, and because they tempted or provoked the Lord, saying, is the Lord among us or not? Where are you at, Passmore? I just gave you your next sermon subject. Your next sermon subject is the Lord among us or not, or is the Lord with us or not? Passmore, I'd like to see you work that out. Because what? Let's walk back to my resource. What does Paula Price says about a miracle, it is an act of divine intervention. Miracles are God's public display of affection for his people and is also an indicator that he is with us. He is with us. He is with us. Did you hear that? So, pass more. Do your preaching, elder. Do your preaching. Is the Lord among us or not? Yes, he is. So, on Wednesday of next week, I'm continuing. I'll study in Exodus looking at these miracles. We're going to look at how he preserves them from defeat and preserves from chaos. My God, somebody ought to raise your voice and say, Lord, it preserved me from defeat and chaos. Sometimes what we simply need is deliverance from chaotic and toxic situations, circumstances, and people. So I'm not done with this. We're moving into a climate of perpetual manifestation of his miraculous. So stay in expectation for the manifestations. Luke 1:45, and blessed is she who believed that there would be a performance of those things which were spoken unto her. Are you blessed? Bishop, man, I'm blessed to have you. As busy as you are and all that you do, my God, for you to take a few moments to come in and to view. Thank you, Bishop. I honor you and your wife. Thank you both. Needless to say, your wife picked me up in the spirit early on this week. Tell her that I am going to call you both back, that I am grateful for her intercession. It was really needed. The intercession of your wife and others. Thank you. Thank you, Bishop. All right. Yeah. Lord, preserve me from chaos. Lord, preserve me from defeat. Well, that's going to be our study. Hey, beloveds, you know, fourth Sunday into the first Sunday, I asked for a special offering. My goal is $2,000. It is the cost. It is the cost of maintaining this standalone facility, in which it is the Prophet's Chambers, in which the lives, the intercession, all of that takes place. I would love for you to sow a seed. We've come so far, we're just $300 shy. If 10 people gave $30, we have reached the goal for the week, and all of the bills for the month of August here at the Prophet's Chambers is paid. Would you be kind enough, again, if 10 people sow a seed of $30, we have accomplished that goal. The very best that you can, I certainly appreciate it. 15 people sow 20. Or was it 10 people? Yeah. 10. If 10 people sow 30, that's 300. 15 people sow, 10, 30 people sow 10. Anything you do will help Prophet Cook continue to bring the message of salvation, hope, love, and deliverance to the masses. And so there you have it, the various means which are safe and secure for your giving, your donations: Cash App, $ Rev Andre Cook, PayPal, Rev Andre Cook is Zelle, Rev Andre Cook at AOL.com, and via the website, www.andrecookministries.com. Just put in the memo, in the note, for the Prophet's Chambers. Mailing address, Andre Cook Ministries, 19 High Ridge Road, Suite 8234, Stamford, Connecticut, 06905. Hey, you have it there. I appreciate you. Aren't we blessed by these truths? All right, I'm going to do as I told you on the onset. Bless you, Renee. Hey, blessings. How are you? How are you? Long time no see, no hear from. It's a joy to have you viewing today. All right, I'm going to get some rest. As I told you early on, it has been a challenge. And as I told you, good news, the good news is that the bad news didn't work. So I'm well on my way to absolute recovery. And with your continued prayers, there will be a full manifestation. There'll be a full manifestation of the healing that God has began in my body, full recovery from the COVID-19, post-COVID-19 long haulers disease. All right. Hey, I'll take this over the 90%. I am 90 to 95% symptom free of this so-called disease. And I thank God. I'll take this over what I've been through on this trek to full manifestation, full physical recovery, and optimum health. Love to see you. If not, hey, as the doors are open, get to a local Bible-believing, Bible-teaching, Spirit-filled, Spirit-led church for in-person worship. I'd love to have you on Sundays at the Life Chapel, 182-25 Jamaica Avenue, Hollis, Queens, New York. It is the home of the charge service. It is a tabernacle of prayer for all people. It is a house of miracles. It is a learning center. Love to have you in attendance. Or Sunday morning at 9 a.m., exclusively and remotely via Facebook and YouTube. Morning inspiration. Love to see you. All right, in the place called there. Hey, remember these words. If it's not on your mind, it's not in your future. Elevate your mind. Your feet will follow. Make your style. Somebody's watching you that can greatly bless you. Your smile is the law of attraction. Your frown is the law of repel. Remember, you cannot live a positive life with a negative mind. And with that said, remember these words. It is your personal prophetic word, but it is our corporate prophetic word. Something good is getting ready to happen to you because something good is getting ready to come out of this. You don't have to wait. Shalom until midnight. Darkness is over. Welcome to the rest of your something life. Good is going to happen to you. Change your life. Change your day. 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 Change your life. Change your day.